Match of Inter Warrior 2s. That's what I'm thinking about literally right now. Good evening. Literally right now I'm thinking in my head. If I was playing Battlelord Kyrian Warrior into a Necro or into a Venthyr Warrior, or if I played Necrolord or Kyrian with Battlelord into a Venthyr Warrior, would I kick his ass or would he kick mine? And I'm inclined to think Venthyr would still just beat the shit out of me. I'm thinking, like, if you play Kyrian Warrior into a mage and you get good uptime on the mage, you're gonna rip him in half. If you can have uptime with Battlelord, you're gonna absolutely hate fuck Claw. I think Battlelord is the best legendary for everything, besides Venthyr. If you're Kyrian, whether it be human or orc, if you're Necrolord, whether it be human or orc or gnome, I think Battlelord is probably the best. All right, you guys can see this shit, right? I'll try and go over legendaries. All right, so this is, I can also speak about it, but typing helps me gather my thoughts. So I think that if you're Kyrian, all right, I think that Battlelord is your best. The Misshapen Mirror as value versus Double Caster. I don't think that Sephuz is. I think in any scenario where you would ever play Sephuz now, you would have to be Orc, obviously. But in any scenario where you would be like, okay, I want to play Sephuz into this, you would get more value out of one of these legendaries anyway. You get much more value out of Battlelord or out of Misshapen Mirror. Because if you're just playing Sephuz to just like, because you don't have anything else to press or you don't want to play Misshapen Mirror, it's like there's no reason to. And then obviously like Unhinged, I think Kyrian is like the only, I think Kyrian now is like the only Covenant where you would play Unhinged. And it would be only into double melee. Only into double melee. Then Battlelord you can play into anything. Shit pumps, brother. You know what I mean? Right? I think that's how I would structure it. The Necro Battlelord looks insane, man. Make this like a little bit bigger too. Like, I don't know, like 14. After that, we'll like give us a little bit of room there, you know? Maybe I tab it over a little. Yeah, that looks good. This is what I think. This is how I would do my legendaries. Or not even my legendary. Like, this is just my opinion. I think literally though, no troll. If you go Necrolord, if you go Necrolord, if you go Necrolord, I don't think you need Unhinged. If you have it, you could use it, but I don't think that you need it. I think that if you're Necrolord, you could obviously take Misshapen Mirror, but I don't think that you need Unhinged ever, and I don't think that you need Sephuz ever. The way Battlelord felt just now, whenever I tested it, just like, why would I ever play Sephuz? I wouldn't. I would never play it, ever, a single time. Literally never. I wouldn't touch it. You couldn't pay me to. I mean, you could, hey, you know what I mean? You could pay me to, but I wouldn't want to. Just kidding. But, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what you would have. I mean, I would assume Night Fae Battlelord would feel good too, but I don't know. Wouldn't play in a Rogue Mage? Nah, because in a Rogue Mage, you would just get more value from Misshapen Mirror. Not even, I wouldn't even play it I wouldn't even play Orc Sephuz in a Rogue Mage. And it's like, you even go down a little bit farther, you're like, oh, like Venthyr, what do you do on Venthyr? I would say Exploiter. Misshapen Mirror. Those are just my thoughts. I mean, you could probably play Sephuz with Exploiter. You could maybe play Orc Sephuz if you're Venthyr. That's what you could do it as Venthyr, in my opinion. This is my opinion. Is Gnome good for Warrior? It's okay, yeah. Orc and Human are the best. This is just how I would structure all of it. Maybe I'd like take this little line out above. I would say you could do this if you wanted to in a stun heavy comp. But even versus Rogue Mage, I think you get more value into Rogue Mage with Misshapen Mirror than you do as Sephuz. I don't think Battlelord is good for Venthyr because you're not spamming your Mortal Strike on cooldown as Venthyr as much as you like to be. And if you're not pressing it on cooldown, then you're not getting the reset portion, which kind of makes Battlelord lose half of the legendary. You write down Knife? Nah, I don't think Knife. Knife is, in my opinion, the clear-cut worst. These three are all really close together. They're all just good at different things. I think Vinthir's the best in 2s, and I think Necrolord and Kyrian are the best for cleaving, and I think Vinthir's the best if you're playing with wizards. But I don't think that you play Unhinged as anything except Kyrian, and I don't think that you play Unhinged as Necrolord ever, to be honest. Even in a double melee, I would just assume that you would get more value from Battlelord and just cleaving your overpowers and just spamming Mortal Strikes on both. Because you're gonna get more Mortal Strikes from Battlelord probably in that scenario where people are stacked and you're just dumping rage on 2 people than you would get from Unhinged anyway as Necrolord. As Kyrian, you could you could do it because you can get 100% uptime with double spear onto melee. This is just what I think so far. What I think right now. I think Kyrian and Necrolord are interchangeable. I think it's going to come down to personal preference. I don't think that one is per se better than the other. Maybe they will be. We'll just have to see how it plays out. Everything that you would think about a Covenant right now is speculation. Just from playing Battlelord, though, I can tell you right now, Battlelord is fucking insane. A Necrolord will be better into Rogue Mage than Kyrian, in my opinion. Because Fleshcraft. Yeah, I do, Carix. I really do, man. This is going to be a very mana-intensive patch. Paladins are going to run out of mana fast, so the more damage that you're doing, the more consistent damage, the fewer opportunities you open up for them to run for drinks. Doing more consistent damage is going to be really good. Mana is going to be really hard. Paladins. The only class that's going to be able to like consistently drink with no problem is going to be Druid. Yeah, I don't think Necro is good in 2s. I think Necro will only be a 3s thing. I think Necro Lord will have like its own strengths and its weaknesses, right? Maybe I could put like a little thing here, right? So let me just put like a little like, I don't know, how do I want to do these strengths? Maybe I do it above it. Pros. Pros? I mean, it's hard to tell what the pros are though, because I haven't played it. It's all speculate. I mean, the pros are going to be that you're really good in cleaves, right? You're going to be really good in melee cleave. You're going to be terrible in 2s. And not that good in RBGs. The banner is a long cooldown. 2 minutes is a long cooldown. Fleshcraft, 2-minute cooldown as well. Kyrian is a minute. File is a 1 per game use, so your Covenant ability better as Necrolord, but your class ability is better. Like Kyrian's class ability is better than Necrolord, but Necrolord has a better Covenant ability. And Tyr has the best Covenant ability by far. The worst, or the best class ability by far, but the worst Covenant ability. And the Necro has the God tree. Necro has an absolute God tree. Kyrian doesn't have a God tree. Vinthir doesn't have a God tree. I don't know. This is just, I would structure my legendaries in 9.5. I don't think that it matters what race you are in the game. What do you mean God tree? Look at this shit. This sucks. You don't care about this, but look. This is broken as fuck, man. Shit is so good. This is also insane. You get double potency extremely easily, and you get endurance, a baseline endurance, and a baseline potency. You can pick endurance or finesse. So this is really good. If you're being trained, you take this. If your teammates are being trained, you take safeguard. You get double potency no matter what, and I get endurance, and then you get to pick. This is the best tree in my opinion. out of all the trees. I don't even know what I would say is a close second. Pelagos before they changed him was the second, or was the best, in my opinion. But after they changed it from versatility to just magic damage reduction, maybe Pelagos is like your second best. There's so much to go over. It's like even trying to put it in a video is just like there's so much information to put into said video. There's so much. It's like this looks like a gross like underrepresentation of how much info there really is here. So many options, man. It's actually like it's hard to wrap my head around. There's so many options and comps. It's like if I tried to sit down and write a guide just on Necrolord comps versus Kyrian comps, it'd be so much. No, Necro's not long. Necro's not. No. I think they're all really good. I run turbo with my friend. Should my warrior be Necrolord then? Necrolord or Kyrian, probably. Even Vintir is good in turbo, though. They're all three good. They're all three just good. Like, Vintir and turbo is nuts, but yeah, so is probably Battlelord Kyrian. Or Battlelord Necrolord with Lust. You have so many globals you wouldn't know what to do with yourself. There's so many options. I think that you just pick whatever covenant you like playing the most, and then these are the legendaries that you pick. If you play Kyrian, this is what you do. If you play Necrolord, this is what you do. If you play Exploiter or Vintir, you do. And just my opinion, I think they're all three really good. I think the only standout is that you would probably want to play Vintir and with Wizards. You would primarily want to play Vintir with Wizards, I would say. You're not gonna have enough damage as Necrolord. You might have enough damage now as Kyrian to kill them, but you need to like really have like high single target damage whenever you're playing with a mage or an ally shaman. Not as much cleave. I would say Vintir is probably still better for mage in general than for like ally shaman and maybe Shadow Priest. I don't know. Kyrian battle with Shadow Priest could be insane. Should we just let us switch covenants? Yeah. But for turbo, I think all three are viable for turbo. All three are viable for Route Warrior. All three are viable for. I would say that Kyrian is likely better for TSG though. It's because the Spear of Bastion just synergizes better with like their grip and or not their AoE grip, but just like their grip blind goes. You grip blind go and then spear everybody, and then you get chill streaks with pillar every minute. Good. Best RBG combo Covenant Legendary. Kyrian Battlelord or Exploit. Kyrian Battlelord in an RBG would probably be so much fun. But Vintir Exploiter with Charge Execute is really good. You have a lot of time. Really good, man. How does Warrior have 3 viable covenants? Nah, Exploiter buff didn't go through. Necro Conduit's really good. Yeah, multi. Exploiter's just too good. Warrior has more options than everything. So many good options. It's like no matter what you do, you're something right. Resto Druid's definitely god tier in TV. I don't know about in 3s.